ain't coming, I ain't visioning the past. About to jump into the bag. They ain't coming, they ain't. I saw the whole thing coming, I ain't visioning the past. About to jump into the bag, to the bag, to the bag. I saw the whole thing coming.
Something else.
All right. After a week off, we thought we would be right on time. We actually are on time because I changed it to 9:35, so we would be on time. Look at that. Welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 256. Summer in the city. Hey, there it is. It's your boy Kaleo. There's CB. There is Jen. It is a Culture Thursday. Wow. Let's bring everybody in close. Let's have one tight-knit family here. Oh my gosh, look at this. Hey guys.
Hi. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. Just making sure.
How's everybody? CB, what's up, bro?
Yo. Thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday over the weekend.
That's right.
Happy birthday, CB.
Thank you. And it was super cool. It was super cool because we basically had the podcast in town, so
that's right.
We got some documentation of pretty much almost the entire Soul Tales crew together.
Very last minute too.
Very last minute. This was so it was cool that we were able to put something together and got some swings in at Topgolf. Just got to hang out with some of the homies, and that shit was cool. Appreciate all the brotherhood.
Get on the couch.
That's awesome.
There he is. Yo, we were just talking about the link up last weekend for the first Soul Tales as a whole, and for the first time in a long time. Shout out to Carter. He didn't make it though, but we're here. Go ahead, Steve. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, nah. Yeah, man. It was cool. It was cool having E-Rich, on this side of the country.
Still is,
blessing the folks, So yeah. I mean, we know that we're not allowed to really divulge his location all the time. Can't be can't be sloppy, you know what I mean? So but it was cool having E-Rich on this side of town.
Yeah.
E-Rich on the East Coast, y'all.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I say E-Rich is on the East Coast.
Some would say.
For the time being.
Some would say for the time being.
Okay. It was good with you, bro.
Ain't nothing much, man. How's everybody doing?
Good, bro.
Good. I appreciate Kendall, don't start, bro. Now listen, I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for my tardiness. Work never stops sometimes.
Are you really?
You did? Say what?
Are you really though?
Yeah, I would consider it work because I mean, I am out on the East Coast. I'm in New York City, and I actually was trying to get some information on whether or not the store that I heard may have the bricks releasing tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. So it made sense that I was doing some homework. Homework.
Got you. Jen, welcome in. Culture Thursday. First time. It's been a month. How are you?
I'm doing great. I, had my little fun in the sun out in Cancun.
Yeah, we see that.
Yeah, for our little beehive meetup. So yeah, we had a great time.
That shit is hilarious.
I know, right? Kendall said my last name was Sanchez Lopez.
That's about right.
Yeah, Lopez Sanchez, one of the two.
Have you adjusted back to reality yet? I mean, being away for a week and, in wonderful conditions with a bunch of people, and just get a false sense of reality for a little bit of time. Have you adjusted back?
I adjusted back, but I'm telling you, I really enjoyed my time with my friends out in Cancun. Like the bonds that I already have are stronger now because we were out there together.
Got you. That's what's up. Okay. Yeah. My week has been a week, but it's good though. We're just reacclimating ourselves with just new things happening in life, and just strategizing with new schedules and stuff like that. Like CB said, me and the homies got to hang out. Was that Saturday? That was Saturday, right? Saturday night. So I got to spend some time with bro from the West, but then got to spend time with my other bro, CB, whose birthday it was as well. I brought the kid out with us so he can get a little fellas time in. Also, look, shout out to Ebony Monique, Face to Face Black Business Series alum. She opened up her storefront, and just so happened E was in town for the grand opening, so we went out there to try to say what's up to her, and got a couple pictures. Did not see Ebony Monique. She was the lady of the hour, and some things was just running behind a little bit. But it was the thought that count. We were out there, just killing time before we had the fellas link up. But it was good. So anytime look, Black businesses go from in home to celebrating the grand opening, nice storefront. It's dope. And then look, she hit me yesterday. It was like, you won the grand prize, talking to me. I was like, oh, really? And I just talked to her the week saying, like, we were there just in case you didn't think we showed up. We were there. But yeah, she hit me. It's like, I won the grand prize. So there's a couple.
Do we know what the grand prize was? What is it?
So I had my choice between a salt bath or a manzillion.
Excuse
Please
me?
explain manzillion.
No,
excuse me.
You can Google that. That's
how much does that subscription cost?
It's free. I mean, I had my choice, and I'm.
What is wrong with Kendall? Kendall is he still out there? Did they let Kendall back in?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, okay.
He's back. Yeah,
they'll take it back. Look, that's probably going to be my choice.
The assault bath. Wait.
Jesus.
I really want to know what that other prize is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, all that said, shout out to everybody again. Please hold while your call be answered in the order that it was received. All right, composure. Let's go. All right. And, yeah, let's.
Not even 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes into the show.
I mean, see what happens. People go to Mexico and just act completely brand new when they return. Let's start with this though.
Drake is the #1 rapper of all time. I say that because it's one thing to, and I'm a rhymer myself. I think I'm incredible, but I would say Drake is the #1 rapper of all time because it's one thing to rap well. It's another thing to rap well over the years. It's another thing to rap well and have success. And then a whole nother thing to keep that success, to keep the excitement. Most rappers who are very, very good at what they do have not learned how to even get excitement, #1. #2, keep excitement over a 3-year period. Like even our run, our biggest run was over a 3-year period, probably from 92 to 95, right? It is very hard to figure out how to stay relevant, but stay authentic to yourself and keep doing that 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 16. So when anyone does that, they have to be given props. And so we can say that Ice-T, Ice Cube, LL Cool J, there's many people who have been doing, Will Smith, have been doing things for decades as far as relevance in our culture, but not for their music. And so that's why I say Drake is the greatest rapper of all time. Even Jay-Z's run wasn't as long. Is he still relevant? Of course he is. He's a multi-billionaire. He's married to one of the most famous women of all history, Black music history. And he's an extraordinary businessman. But that takes it out of the realm of just the music. And that's where Drake has excelled with business. He's obviously dated many extremely famous women as well. So he has that layer, but the main reason we all know Drake is not because of movies. It's not because of his various other brands, although he has brands. It's because of the music. And it's still causing a stir. Like his lyrics say, Drizzy is about to drop, the game is in disarray. It's still causing a stir. What is this, 16 years later? That's why I say he's the greatest rapper of all time. Yeah, so that's it. What do you guys think? And yeah, that's what I think.
So that was a speech from Arrested Development. Right, hold on, wait, let me forget my manners. I didn't greet our guests so we can go. So let me see. Atusa, good to see you. Jen Glenn, obviously, is here. Kendall B Show, Dave J on the mic, Real Estate Poppy. Denver Abbey, good to see you. Snarky Mac, Dimitri is here. I see CB, I see D Casillas. Anissa, good to see you. I see Michelle, good to see you. Kasia, good to see you. Hey, Mona Risa, good to see you. Edmund is here. I see Amanda is here. Let's keep going. Did I get Carly? Good to see you. We got some business to conduct with Carly now that Mexico's over. We can get down to business with that. All right, so that was speech from Arrested Development, right? Y'all know. Let's try out something new real quick because I just look at that. It's happening live. We can now edit the boom. Watch what happens with that. You see that?
Oh, I'm not so sure.
We can do live editing now. We can do live editing. So that's dope. But anyway, that speech from Arrested Development, right? Arrested Development had Everyday People, Tennessee, Mr. Wendell. They had some hits, right? And they had a decent run back in the 90s. And so, I mean, I don't know how many people followed Speech's solo career and how much credibility you give him, but the guy's in the game and he is stating his opinion, right? Based behind maybe some facts, but he is stating an opinion on Drake being the greatest rapper ever, right? And we can't fault somebody for their opinion. Now, if you start giving numbers and we start talking about, a bunch of other stuff that would stamp that, then maybe you can, then opinions become facts, right? But he didn't give any real facts, just out of his opinion. He told a story or a narrative around his opinion. So I'm not mad at it, but there are some things that I would come back at him with. And he says that when Drake drops, he causes a stir, and that's true, right? Everybody was anticipating Iceman for the past year and some change because you're shaking your head, you are, but there's a lot. There are people were anticipating that. Not only did they anticipate, he dropped 3 albums, right? When Drake and Kendrick were going at it, there was anticipation as far as what was next. And that's just kind of how it is. He's got a group of fans. But he caused a stir, yeah, but I don't know if Drake, for me, I don't know if Drake has any timeless records. Right? Can Drake give you a Dear Mama that we're still talking about 30, 40 years down the line, right? Can Drake give you a Hard Knock Life? Can Drake give you If I Ruled the World, like, those stuff like that. Is there a record that Drake has made that impacts the culture that will lead or live on for the next 30, 40 years?
Which culture are you talking about?
Okay, now there you go. That was the rebuttal to that. But to truly stamp what Speech is saying. So let's go around. Let's first of all, we start with UCB. Thoughts on his proclamation that Drake is the greatest rapper of all time.
It's his opinion, cool to have one, I guess. I think that if we separate music like we do with sports into eras and stuff, Drake is one of the most successful for sure of his era, and it probably, from a sales standpoint, he moves numbers. We know that, but I don't think he's like too polarizing of a person with all the extracurriculars that we know about. You know what I mean? Like the homies that we typically are putting towards the top. Yeah, it's not like Jay-Z never had a court case or anything like that, but it's Drake stuff is like not that, you know what I mean? It's him doing goofy stuff. Like someone posted a picture recently. It was him, like he had the shape up, beard all done. He's like dressed up, and they're like, "Oh, that's the Drake." You think that would be R&B Drake, but that's actually when Drake's spitting the hardest. And then it's like picture of him with like pigtails and braids, and he's got like a bunch of pink stuff on and whatever. And they're like, "Oh, that's actually the Drake that be trying to rap hard or whatever, singing and doing all this." So, I think that it's an opinion. I don't necessarily agree with it. I do, and I'm a Drake fan. Like I do generally like a lot of his music and stuff, but I'm not gonna come out here and stamp he's the greatest rapper of all time when I don't even know if I would consider him the greatest rapper of his generation.
Okay, that's a very good point. Jen, thoughts on Speech? What Speech had to say?
Okay, I'm gonna say that Speech is telling the truth, because there's a difference between being number one and a person being your favorite. And let me tell you, this is what I learned from sports. And y'all know I don't know anything about sports. But 100 years from now, when they want to go back and figure out who the best basketball player is, they're going to look at the stats. Because in sports, you don't have to have this competition of who's the best or who's not the best. You go back and you can look at the stats. So if we look at the stats 100 years from now, not knowing anything about these rappers, Drake has the most number ones tied with Michael Jackson. He has the most number ones of any rapper on the Billboard charts. He has 31 number ones on the Billboard charts. He has 5 Grammys and 55 nominations. Okay, Drake has been on top for 15 years. Drake has the most Hot 100 entries or hits, 362. And that's the most out of any performer in any genre. So now Drake might not be your favorite. He might not be somebody you even like. But 100 years from now, when somebody comes back and says, "Oh, okay, who was the best rapper during that time?" the stats are going to say Drake.
Okay. Robert Horry has 6 NBA championships. LeBron has 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on paper, Robert Horry, championship-wise, is more successful than LeBron James. But does that make Robert Horry the greatest basketball player of all time? Now, and I'll say that too.
Well,
also, go ahead.
Okay, so those are the rings, right? Which would probably be Grammy nominations, because Kendrick has won more Grammys than Drake. But I'm talking about how many 3 points, how many 2 points that they make, what are some other basketball terms? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
We can go away from basketball too. I mean,
but I'm just saying, because I'm using the analogy of stats.
And I respect everything you say. I mean, you backed it up. You're validating your reason, just like and it's all opinion. I think there really is no way, unless a competition only really truly figures out who's number one of all time, right?
Right.
That's why people box. That's why, there's other things. Hell,
Drake is not my favorite rapper, but I probably have more Drake songs in my Apple playlist than I do any other rapper.
I got
So
you. Go ahead, E.
You sure you want me to go?
yes.
I mean,
We had this conversation, bro. That's why I told you the comment section was gonna get on me, bro, because they already think I hate this dude. I can care less. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're talking about what was said, right?
absolutely.
Everybody has an opinion.
Absolutely.
He is not the best rapper ever. He's not.
Oh,
Jen, I would argue your point and say, why wouldn't you say that Tupac isn't, when Tupac has murals across the world, even though he's not here? Maybe his record sales, because back then record sales were a different set of things, where you had to physically buy albums, where now streaming is considered a number based upon that's not a real album sale. That's just a stream, right?
Because I think that has a lot to do with popularity and
So,
who.
but that only further answers my point by saying Tupac is still better than Drake, even dead. Why? Because, like Cleo said, he has timeless hits. Tupac got records that get played yearly, even if you don't play nothing else.
Yeah.
Tupac is still a thing that he is a person, a figment. He is a staple that is talked about when you talk about hip hop, right?
Mhm.
How long has he been gone? We are still talking about him.
Right.
So your barometer of what Drake has done from what he has, and again, I promise you, I ain't gonna crash out over the sports analogy, because the first thing that you said, and I was like, it's a beginner's level association of what you're saying, because everybody who's a sports fan on this pod and anybody else knows that you had older guys that had 11 and 12 rings in basketball. And because your championships don't make you the number one person, we don't even talk about them. What we talk about is, in 100 years, we're going to talk about not somebody who had the most stats. It was whose game, right, is still being used and talked about even after they're done. Right?
But just because their game's being talked about doesn't mean that they were number one.
That
That
that's
just
why
means they had the most influence.
so
the most influence doesn't have to garnish the number one spot. Again,
here's my
MJ, in most people's stance, is always going to say MJ is number one, right?
Mhm.
Because they can say that's the era. The
Yeah.
next era they would say Kobe. The next era they're going to say LeBron. But if you look at it, Kobe doesn't have MJ stats. Nobody has anybody's stats from those eras. But what I'm saying is, when you look at the body of works, they're going off of those individuals, whether or not they were the number one person all the way through their whole career. Because you can't say that Drake's first year, he was the best rapper out when it was his first year. First of all, this nigga he is a god motherfucking, he's Degrassi. He's the guy he's the wheelchair guy. But now all of a sudden he totes guns and he wears braids, and he's the best thing that rap has ever seen, right?
I did a whole show on this on Station Head. Kaleo can tell you about all the things we do not like about Drake.
It's not about what we don't like. What I'm saying is,
but still,
it's the element of you can't give me some of the stats and not look at the whole entire picture and just tell me that it's based upon his stats and his numbers.
Because you are
okay.
the most successful, does that mean you're the greatest at something, right? Everybody's got a boss that they're smarter than. That guy just happens to be your boss. But all of us can probably do our supervisor's job, if not even better, right? He just has the position because he's successful. Well, he was given an opportunity to be successful, but the people underneath can do the job maybe better most of the time, right? So, and I think Drake may be the most successful.
Mm-hmm. That does not mean that he's the favorite or the best.
He's the greatest, at least.
But that still means he's number one. But that doesn't
Number-
mean he's the
But,
best.
but number one of what though?
Right.
What did Preach say? He was the number one rapper of all time.
That's what he said. He's the greatest rapper of all time. And that's
No,
again,
he said he was the number one, right?
he said the
Or did
greatest.
he say greatest?
Hold on,
Okay.
like, it's early in the video. Hold on one second. He said, so we were not
Drake is the
misquoting.
number one rapper of all time.
Okay.
So I say number one, talking about stats. Like he sold more, he has more number ones. He's tied with Michael Jackson. Like
Michael Jackson is not a rapper though.
he's tied with Michael Jackson for the amount.
Michael Jackson is not a rapper.
well,
but
you know what
He
he's talking
has
about. You know what they're talking
He
has
is not a
singles of
rapper.
Any rapper.
Stop. Cross. Everybody does this, and then all of a sudden it's a thing.
He's
Why are
tied with Michael Jackson, but he has more
What?
singles than any other rapper. So when
what-
I say number one,
the era though, Jen, you're giving him credit for an era that was off. So if that's the case, then
Mm-hmm.
as we would sit here and argue with some of these old people that be like, Kumo D is the best rapper ever.
okay, he might be the best. Some other rapper might be your favorite, but when we're talking about number one, he has the stats. I don't know any other way to say it.
So
And
let
you
me
can
let
disagree
me
with me, but
clarify.
I'm just
No,
saying, he
I
has
get it.
the
So
stats.
let me clarify this. So
Mhm.
everything that you agree with is based upon stats.
I'm not saying that. Like,
Wait
I'm
a minute.
saying that for this right here.
Your
I'm
argument
saying
though
that
is
if
the number one.
nobody,
Anybody who's number one is based upon their stats.
as far as are they number one, it is not about are they the best or are they your favorite. It is about who in music, who sold the most, who has the most awards, it is not about your favorite. It is
It's
not
not about
about
being
like who do you think is the greatest. We're talking about number one, and he's
So-
number one.
So you're saying at no point, so for the last 16 years, because of his
Right.
album sales that were not the same sales back when it was the early 90s, when it was physical sales, that he still garnishes the number one rapper of all time.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. He's
All right,
he
well,
has
cool.
been the number one. He has been number one for the last 15 years. You put up against the other rappers back in the day, and it's still gonna say that. It's
So
still
he's
gonna come
been-
out the same way.
So he was number one 2 years ago when he got his ass whooped against Kendrick.
Overall, he's number one. Now
But
you
you said
know,
16
you
you
know
said 16
Drake
years
has
in a
fell
row.
off.
You said
15 years
16
in a
year-
row. 15 years
Okay,
in a row. He
15
has
years
been
in a
number
row.
one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
look, there's always a way to twist the narrative to get your narrative to be correct or wrong. There's no right or wrong answer here. Just because, Speech
I don't know about that.
gave his opinion. Speech gave his
know about
opinion. That just is what it is. All right. So here's another one that's gonna stir you up. All right, so what you see is Nyan Brown, I think that's how you say it, Nyan Brown, won the 5th state championship for his school, Mallard Creek. This would have been this was their 3rd consecutive. T, good to see. This was their 3rd consecutive, only to have them disqualified because his early celebration before he crossed the finish line. It's funny that had he crossed the finish line and did this,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have mattered. But the fact that he did, according to New York State competition rule book, states that athletes can be disqualified if they perform an act that can be deemed as taunting a rival opponent. Brown said in the statement that the relay mattered. The relay mattered deeply to me because a win would have secured our 3rd consecutive and 5th state championship. I wanted that for my teammates more than anything else.
Oh.
So no, I don't know all that. Don't know that. You got to know the rules, right? I'm not giving this kid a break. You got to know the rules. And this is the thing that's been going on in a lot of states have chosen the no taunting thing. Especially we've seen it here early in football within PG County, as quarterbacks or anybody intercepts the ball. If you do anything by holding the ball back, doing the Deion Sanders thing, or any kind of egregious celebration, even a spike gets you penalized. So you gotta know the rules, and that's on the coach too, to let everybody know the rules. And maybe he just got beside himself in this situation and he forgot what he was. But you got to know the rules. And by the statement is you really wanted for your team, well, that was a selfish act. Coming from somebody who's played sports, had I've been on your team and you caused us a state championship because of your egregious celebration. Now, to me, I mean, that means nothing. But the fact that it's a rule that you can't do that, that's a selfish act. I don't care how good you are. I don't care that you won the race. Do that after you won a race because you just cost us a championship. You couldn't want it that bad for the team if you took that upon yourself to do that. So I'm not giving the kid a break. Got to know the rules, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. And I don't know, if this will make or break, college careers or whatever. He'll get another shot at it. But you got to live with this. It's like missing the last 2 free throws in a basketball game to win the championship. Just come up short. You can't do it. They actually won. So let's start with you, E. We've been on the same team before a couple times, and we know what it is out there.
I'm gonna go against it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know, and I and my apologies, everybody. I did not do my homework. I did see this at the last minute, but there should be a second video that follows this, because a kid that has a different color of skin did the same thing, and there was no disqualification. So I'm always revert back to they just don't like when we do it.
What if the ref was black that they disqualified him though?
I can care less. It goes back to sports has always been about competition, and you're saying egregious acts, right? My thing is it wasn't okay, listen, he wasn't throwing up gang signs. He wasn't taunting at the other runners that he was up against. He made a gesture, right? And that was it. Now, yes, rules are rules, and we can call it what that is. But I think this is where we get into that moment of, we've all been a part of some sports where they've taken the fun out of it. And if you're just that good, it should make the other players, other team, other runners, whatever it is, want to beat you that bad. And I'll say this and I'm gonna shut up. What did I come to the field with when we played football that pissed the other team off? You remember what I used to bring to the field?
Yep.
I used to bring a championship wrestling belt to the field. Do something about it. If you can't do it, and if you beat us, hey, that's what's up. You got us that day. Why not? That's the spirit of competition. So, but again, call it both ways. Don't let them other people get away with it, and it's all fine and dandy. But when we do it, you got a problem with it.
I think it goes on eras too, like you were talking about last conversation. I think it's eras. Era we played sports was completely different. Now, people get shot over doing dumb shit more often than they did back then. Go ahead, Jen.
I just think that if it was already in the rule books and he wasn't supposed to do that and he did it, yeah, they got it taken away. Like you were saying earlier, Kaleo, it's about the rules. Like, I hate that. I would feel terrible if I messed up a championship for my team. But if it's in the rule book, you can't do that.
There is no one on that track that felt that thinks that they actually beat that. Like, they lost. They literally lost. As someone who ran track in high school very slowly, bruh, dude gets disqualified for raising his hand
Yeah, it's crazy.
in a race. So you're telling me he could do all this and he's still like he's not worried about anyone catching him because he's that far ahead? Like, nah, man, these are some old people having a gripe. Like this is nah, bro. Nah. Don't you can't be taking that kind of stuff away. And as former athletes, we've been in situations where we know the rules aren't applied equally across the whole way. You know what I mean? So like that makes it even worse. So yeah, I think the officials made this about them when it shouldn't have been about them at all. And yeah, like he already said it. And track, boxing, like martial arts, like there are certain things that you do where you're really proving who the best is out there. Like you really, it's really hard to screw some of these things up. You know what I mean? You have to go out there and you have to be faster than them in the 4x4.
And even if
the reason why their school was even in that position was because of this kid. Look at what he did in the meet leading up to that. He's like one of the best runners in the state. So these are officials, these are adults having a gripe because that's bullshit, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. Even if it is one of those things where we can't give them a reason, you can't give them a reason.
Yeah.
You can be great and save this 3 seconds later makes a whole hell of a difference. You just got to know. You're not like them, right?
We can be upset about the fact that shit doesn't get applied equally. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, they won't be getting a pizza party. All right, shout out to D Cup. Shout out to DC Shy Pie, the official pizza of the We Are Something Else podcast. Save 10%. You know what? I forgot we had these cool buttons. There it is right there. Save 10% this weekend. WRSC 10 right there next to Jen. Scan that and have Grant and Margaret send you a DC Shy Pie. They ship all over. If the code doesn't work for some reason, hit me up. We'll call Grant and we'll get Grant to make sure that get you 10% on your DC Shy Pie. All right. All right. Culture time. Yeah, hit that like button. All right, Jen, what you got for us?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Culture. So in the U.S., 25% of the workforce is either hybrid or doing remote work. So let's see how this one person got around all of those work meetings.
Man, have y'all heard this story? Now, what I'm about to tell you is just so genius, man. They really hating on Shorty Flavor. We got to talk about it, man. Mariah Ellis, 29, Atlanta, Georgia. She just showed you why these meetings are so unnecessary, man. Now, this employee was fired after it was discovered that she was using a thinking face filter during her meetings for over a year. Now, Shorty was let go from her IT department because they uncovered that she was attending virtual meetings using a thoughtful listening filter for 13 months. That's not even the crazy part, man. When I break down how she put this whole play together, man, pure genius. Now, she recorded this original clip during onboarding, and then she saved the file as Active Listener Final Master 2. Now, this loop was crazy, man. It had eyebrow raising, head nodding, natural lighting, even that deep focused energy to make you feel like I'm really paying attention to what you saying. Now, she attended over 1,600 meetings. And she even got the leadership award for exceptional attentiveness. And the manager described her as quiet, but deeply present. Where everything got shaky was when the senior director asked Ellis a question, and she hit her with the head nod. And a deeper investigation was made. Man, they found out Shorty was freelancing, running an online boutique, completing certification courses. All the while, they thought she was in the meetings. She was out here handling business, man. Crazy. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Is Shorty jeans or what? Man.
All right. So what y'all think about that?
Genius.
What do you think about that, E?
Meeting exhaustion, right?
Yeah, meeting exhaustion. If you can get out of those work meetings.
She was just short of a genius because she got caught.
Okay. Okay, CB.
I kind of wish my man wasn't standing in the way. I was trying to see. I wanted to know the real reason why she lasted for the full 13 months, because that's like, if you're going to give her the thoughtful, attentive listener and you don't ask her a question for 13 months, it's probably just because you like, staring at the window.
Yeah. All right. So I just want to let y'all know that this is fake. It's not real. It really didn't happen. But it's the idea that we all believe that, because these work meetings and Zoom meetings can be so repetitive that you think, oh, if I could figure out a way to get out of them, like you actually believe something like this could happen. But also, like, now that I told you it was fake, it was like, how in the world could this woman be in this many meetings and not talk?
I mean, so many meetings. Many meetings.
Well, Jen, real quick. So off of this, I thought this was another one. I forgot what city or what state the guy is from, but a real case is that a dude did a full year on a cruise remotely.
Yeah.
And what happened was the reason why he got caught was because billing was like, you don't have a physical address that we could so how do we bill you? Because it's based upon what state you live in, right? So your salary is based upon, so that's how he got caught up, was because at some point in time he didn't have a physical location address. It was like, I think it was like in New York, but for whatever, or he was registered somewhere else, but a full year nothing was showing up. And so when it came to the billing for the company, and they were like, well, we have to, we bill based upon the salary for your location that you live in. He didn't have one show up. And it showed that this motherfucker was on a cruise for a whole year. And so now that's where they're trying to do the whole remote thing, is like, they're trying to make it a mandate, something like that if people are 100% remote at certain companies, that they still have to have a physical address within a city or somewhere where the actual company is, in order for them to be able to be 100% remote.
Wait, E, are you telling me this man was living on a cruise ship for a year?
Cruise,
1,000%. This ain't fake. This is real.
Story was like a few weeks ago.
Did y'all hear the one about the lady who got a full-time remote job, and then she got another full-time remote job, got caught, and then got fired from that first job?
She was successful at both of them.
Yeah.
I read that. Yeah, I heard that. All right. Is that the culture for this week?
That is the culture.
All right. Appreciate you for that.
Take it from me. I know a quality D cup when I see one. I mean, I'm kind of an expert. I've spent years appreciating the right shape, the right feel, the right attention to detail. And these right here, they're flawless. Smooth, durable, designed to be handled. And trust me, you're gonna love having these D cups in your hands. Hot, cold, it doesn't matter. They perform exactly how you need them to, every single time. Whether you're at home, on the go, or showing them off just a little, they always get attention. And once you've got one, you're not letting go. Take it from me. I'm not only a client, I keep D-Cups with me constantly. D-Cups by Doreen. Go ahead, hold one.
All right. Shout out to Dimitri and Doreen. D-Cup Customs. Look, there's my D-Cup right there. It's got hold on, let me zoom in on myself real quick. It's got everything you need right there. Look, it's got all the custom stuff. Jordan 6. There's Pharrell, you know what I gotta say about this. And yeah, the fellas should be getting their cups sooner than later. Shout out to Dimitri and Doreen. Use the same 15% this week. WRSE 15. All right, yeah. All right, let me see. So E doesn't have it's just E today. So but we'll still play because nothing like a good reset at the moment. All right, you got me this week. Since my bro E has been caught up at work, I figured I'd take over. So let's just keep straight to it because we get to the story. Is it just K? Right? Or is it the last time, though, the last real time that we came together as a family, or we anticipated being together or have those moments of being together as a family is when we went here?
Oh, yeah.
The Pizza Hut sit-in restaurants with the buffet. I remember as a kid, Tuesday nights, whenever we used to go there, it was nothing like just going there and just being with your family. And they had the arcade game thing, that Miss Pac-Man in the corner. Then they had that one driving game that you never really got a chance to win. But yeah, last time I had family wholesome night or whatever, right? But look, it's coming back. CEO Tim Sparks is bringing back the classic Pizza Hut experience, and people are literally driving hours just to relive it. The CEO of Dallin Corporations has been restoring old school Pizza Hut locations with the details many people grew up with, including red Tiffany-style lamps, checkered tablecloths, oversized red cups, arcade machines, and iconic red booths. According to Sparks, tracking down original decor has been a mission of its own, with some vintage pieces now selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars online. There are reportedly around 60 Pizza Hut classic locations across the U.S., and nostalgia-driven revival has exploded online as families travel out their way to experience what family night straight out of the 90s. So, what a feeling, right? Now, there's actually 2 classic Pizza Huts in our media area, right? There's one in Bowie and there's one in Waldorf. It would be amazing if it made its way around here to restore that. But just a thought, how do y'all remember the Pizza Hut and just making a night at Pizza Hut with the buffet and just being with your family and stuff like that? How about you, E?
Yeah, I was about to say this one looks like the one over there in Bowie.
It does.
I was gonna ask if you snapped that picture because I was like, yo, that's the one that's on the backside of was it 301?
Yeah.
Like going down.
It does.
Nah, you know what? This is classic place after, this was after softball practice. This was after the softball game. This was after the baseball game. This was the coach would take you there and it'd be 1,000 different teams in there that, kids and cleats and dirt and red cups and pizza everywhere. And this was life. This was when you was out. This is what we considered outside for us as kids. And you remember all the times that you were there, fighting, Ma Dukes because she wanted me to have a plate of salad because we done ate about 15 slices of pizza. You know what I'm saying?
They had so there's pictures right there. They used to have the pizza buffet, then they had a salad bar. I mean, it used to be an event. Like, if your folks was like, yo, we're going to Pizza Hut for dinner, like that was really like a wholesome, like, family night. You could spend all night there. And then they used to have like TVs and all that. Yeah. It was a whole thing. You used to have to wait to get a seat at Pizza Hut. CB, you ever been to, but he's still around, kind of, sort of?
Yeah, for sure. And it normally was family night after at least a few of us had read enough books, to get that personal pan pizza. But for real, like, the worst mistake Pizza Hut ever did was taking that buffet away. Like, and here's the thing. We have an old school, like one of the old school Pizza Hut locations around here that is now a Mexican restaurant, and that shit is hilarious because you drive by it and you go, that's not a Mexican restaurant, bro. That's Pizza Hut, bro. So we're all about nostalgia, man. So I'm all for this.
What's crazy is back then it felt like it used to take like 30 minutes to get your pizza. Now, like, you can go to Pizza Hut and get anything in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Jen, any memories?
Is this true? Is this true?
Is this one true? Yes.
What?
Okay. So I love it. We still have one classic Pizza Hut here in Houston, and I haven't been to it yet because it's just too far away. I remember going in there playing Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and just the whole family getting in the booth, that red booth, and eating pizza. I loved it. So many childhood memories. But here's my thing about when they bring back old businesses. Is the pizza gonna taste the same as it did when we were kids?
That's always the question. Like, the recipe changes, but can you recapture that experience?
Right.
I think the closest was Chuck E. Cheese. The closest was Chuck E. Cheese because their pizza still hits at that. Like, they knew like they had to keep the staple. They tried to change Chuck E. and it was a different, and everybody like, who the hell is that big head, person that they got in there? And now, but like the pizza is still, the pizza be A1 at Chuck E. Cheese.
I like the pizza at Chuck E. Cheese too. But if they go with some cheaper ingredients and that crust isn't buttery like it used to be, it's not going to work out.
Yeah,
Sprinkle some crack on them. Open and shut Case Johnson.
Case Johnson. What is going on with these graphics right now? I don't know what's going on. It's delay. Anyways, but yeah, shout out to Pizza Hut. If you got one of these in your area that are I'm gonna have to look up the locations, because if it's worth a quick, trip somewhere, I might have to do that. But something tells me this is like Midwest to West Coast, right? Most likely.
We're not allowed to have good stuff, man.
No. Shout out to We Are Something Else. Go to WRC.com. Get you some merch. Get you some merch. We dropped some new merch this past week. We got the We Are Something Else shirts. We got the My Name is PJ t-shirts. We may have to drop a promo code this week. Just some t-shirts. Also, look, I got my Rhythmic t-shirt from KendallBMorningshow.com. Go to Kendall B Shop and get you a nice shirt. This one's my Rhythmic one. I saw the Canal t-shirts. I'm gonna have to add that to my my t-shirt rotation as well. So check out everybody who has merch. And now KB said new shirt tomorrow. Okay. CB, what we got for that copper chop?
All right. So this actually works out a lot better because E is on the show this week. So Nike's doing something cool, and they're dropping a they're calling it the draft day pack, I think. 14 Kobe's, 13 in like the main colors of the teams that passed over him in the draft, one in the Lakers gold colorway. And the way that they're doing this is you do not know which colorway you're getting when you make the purchase, which we've seen this a couple of times in recent years. We know that they did it with the off-white dunks, right? Like Kith has done it a few times with like the Marvel and then the Capcom collabs. So June 26th, $190. Does this kind of thing interest you, or is it one of those joints where, like, if you just don't get the Lakers, are you pissed? You know what I mean? And one of the cool things though is that all of the other pairs, it's a wear away upper, so like it looks white, but it wears away, and it's like the main color, the prime colors of the team. So I think that's kind of cool. You know, and they're Kobe 4 Protros, so a lot of people like the Kobe 4. You know, so it's a good shoe to be doing something like this too, man. So
does Charlotte get a colorway?
I mean, hold on, because they have the full list, and that would be,
I think that's the second pair next to the gold pair.
It's yeah. Charlotte definitely has one. They're 13. So
okay,
yeah, they got them in there. So yeah, the 1996 draft. You can do the Google machine, look up at all these teams that ultimately made the mistake. You know what I mean? So this is cool. I'm copping. This is dope. Y'all know I was all about when Kith did the X-Men joint. There might be a few people on the panel, not me, but a few people on the panel that might have the dunks. No big deal. But how are y'all feeling? Y'all copping or chopping?
This is a cop for me. You know, it depends on how many of each pair they have made. I mean, you could be sitting amongst, like, you know, just having a rare pair that you and 10 other people have, and you've got what, 14 opportunities for some kind of colorway.
Yep,
that's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm with it.
E.
Yeah, I don't. Yes. What kind of question is that? No, the four Protros are definitely one of those. I mean, I wore those for I had those as my recovery after I tore my Achilles. So like these is definitely kind of hit home for me. But yeah, it's a dope concept. Like I said, it's bring that element of like that to the shoes again, right? It's the you don't know, but like you said, the further part to that is wearing them eventually gets the color of that squad, right? So
like the shoe changes. That's dope.
Yeah, so I think people see it, and we had questions. Remember when she was first releasing shoes, because they were always the all white versions, and it's like, what are you gonna do with those? But this is a dope concept for sure.
Yeah, Jen,
I'm trying to feel out, how do I feel about changing color shoes? How long does it take for that white to wear away to get to the shoe that you're gonna that color?
You kind of got to be doing some work on them. In general, most of these kinds of shoes, it's you're gonna like take a toothbrush if you're trying to speed the process up and like actually chip stuff away. It's otherwise, if you're wearing them as beaters, that's going to be the way to get them to chip off faster. But otherwise, if you are doing what the Soul Tales crew normally does with the shoes that they care about,
take forever.
It would actually take some personalization for you to get there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
But then that's
Because
also,
you don't have to have, you can keep it as a white shoe if you want. You know what I mean? Like that's part of it.
that's also how people are going to be able to tell if it's a fake shoe and or how much you want it.
Yeah, how do you fake that shit? How do you do reps of this kind of stuff?
Exactly. Ken. So that's actually a good thing that maybe they should all implement with certain shoes to cut back on, scamming or, reps and stuff like that. So whatever. All right, yeah, cool. All right, let's show some sneakers and let's get up out of here. You got anything?
Yeah, shits I'm wearing to the damn to the airport tomorrow.
Romero's.
Romero. Volt
Romero.
Cup. Yeah.
But you know I have more than one pair though. We not about to be out in the city and not be having multiple pairs of shoes now. You know that don't happen. And the 97 Air Max is over there. So this is what we do when we out here. Shout out to everybody hopefully that's going for the brick by bricks tomorrow, because we need that love. You dig?
Facts.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm trying to do this concept where I wear, a hat,
Okay.
and you put a hat on with some sneakers. So I went over to Foot Locker. I'm trying to do it like y'all do it. Okay, showing the box.
I know.
And I bought these. I don't know what they're called.
You just those Chicago
What are these called?
Chicago 1 Lows, am I correct? Back in
Yes,
your
sir.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Those
Okay.
are Jordans. Those
Air Jordan 1 lows.
exactly. Air Jordan 1.
Yes, I was like, these would be great shoes. And like if I get my Houston hat and it has red on it, and then I looked on the back and I was like, oh, Air Jordans. But
I mean,
I looked,
actually I have those, but that's actually one of the doper pairs. Okay, that's hold on, that's a clap right there. That's okay.
All right, so Kaleo.
Yeah.
What was it like 2018? What was the year that they retroed these before? Because those joints were impossible to get. I was so happy with this re-release that they did, because they've been sitting in stores, and this is the best colorway as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean?
So I wear mine all the time.
You wore yours in one of our first ever photo shoots that we did for the podcast.
You're right. Absolutely. And then I ordered those out of eBay and I had them shipped to the job and everything. So let's say 2014, 2015 was probably the last time they retro those or put them out.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. Let me go next because mine ain't worthy of closing up the show. But I've
we talk about.
I'm just sending stuff around the group chat a lot about, oh, look at these fellas, blah blah blah. So I finally got my first pair, and because they were on sale.
There we go.
But these right here, Hoka's. I mean, I'm not gonna wear these to run, even though they are running shoe. I'm a rock the hell out of these with some khakis, whatever. These would be a nice, comfortable shoe to wear to an amusement park or wherever I'm about to take myself to this summer. So, yep, Hoka's first pair. Look at that, Vibram soles, super comfortable, and look, wide toe box for people who may have wide feet. That's a dope shoe. So.
Dimitri, man. I recently went grail hunting and was able to find a pair that I've been looking for a few years. And it's kind of wild because you try to find a new pair. StockX in my size, they only ever have them like one pair listed for an astronomical amount that no one's ever going to pay. So it was awesome that I found these on eBay used and then got them for below like the regular retail price. But these are the Wild West Air Max 98s. From these were 2018. And like all the details on here are cool. Like look at the
That's crazy.
So this is one of the pairs from the 2018 the 20-year reunion, like bring back that they did. And obviously the big one that year was getting the Gundams, but this was another pair that I slept on at the time and then was blown that they sold out, and then I wasn't able to find a pair, but now I got one. And
That's crazy.
who likes Air Max 98s more than your boy CB? I don't know. So, here we go.
I still got to get the Oregon Duck joints that's floating around.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Jen, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Tell Kendall to take you down to Crenshaw and Slauson with that New York hat on.
Oh,
next time you're in LA, okay?
Oh, God.
Wait, do I want Kendall to do that?
Yep, that's what you want, Kendall.
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually get Houston hat.
Don't definitely and please 1000% do not wear that hat here in LA, especially on No Crenshaw and Slauson. Please do not wear that Houston hat.
Okay.
Please don't. Okay.
Don't
do
it. And don't tell anybody over there that Drake is the #1 rapper.
It's the stats. #1 is different from greatest and favorite. Okay.
Yeah, funny.
All right, look. No, but I just want to say, Michi, I saw that comment you said when talking about my daddy's gonna be in Pizza Hut with those white church shoes on.
All right. So look, we have reached that point in the show. Appreciate everybody for being here. 6 minutes over. Tomorrow morning, Kendall B Morning Show. Station head, 9 a.m. here on the East, 8, 7 in the middle, 6 on the West. Kendall has a new shirt that he is releasing tomorrow. So support that. Also, we got some other dope creative. No playlist this week. I got a couple playlists in the deck that I gotta promote for y'all. I appreciate y'all. Keep sending them in because we'll do that. Also, check out get your Uncle Dandy merch. All jazz, no breaks. Get your With Love R&B merch. Who else has merch that's amongst our crew? That is there
WRC merch.
Well, play the commercial. Get your WRC merch. We'll look out for a promo code. Maybe we'll do a Memorial Day promo code this week so everybody can get some merch. So we'll look out for that Memorial Day promo code so you can get there's something for everybody in there and for the ladies. So yeah, all that said, anything? Oh, wait a minute, no. Hey, happy birthday. Early happy birthday to E on Saturday.
Happy birthday, E.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. All right. CB, anything?
Tell the people that you care about that you love them, man. You just never know. That's it.
Absolutely. All right. With all that said, let me get these buttons right.
Follow us on YouTube at WRSC Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Peace.
Jen over there with the margaritas.
Here I go again. I'm rapping like I'm focusing. I'm locked in straight from the pen to the church. Repent for my sins. I only play the game to win. He rapping. Switch up the flow. 2-step, catch the Holy Ghost. Baptized in the waters, protect my souls. Speaking of souls, you ain't fucking with these sneakers. Drop the top, grab your bitch, turn me up. Bring the speakers, roll something up. Getting high like some tweeters. Hop the PJ, grab a go bag, no Derek Jeter. This a heater, fuck the bar, I raise the meter. Fucking twins, Anita and Bonita. Had the apple bump, so I'm a eater. One swinging from the chandelier like she see ya. Blind date, so I said, see ya when I see it. Now I'm hungry, cop some pizza. Little Caesars, now back to these sneakers. I'm on another level, set these niggas straight like the bevel. Push the 6'6", riding close to the devil. On the hip, I got the metal, the 45 special. Now finally, I don't hate these niggas. I'd rather move with silence. Drops the shit that's timeless. King of the shit, your highness. The top of your list of this. Can I get a witness? No Diddy, I'm witty. I'm fond of the titty. Put on for my city. 301 is where I'm from. Goddamn, Kaleo, let the drummer get some. Pum. I'm done.